Get up, make him. He's got a lot of. He's got to climb over this guy.
Oh God!
Oh man.
That was smooth.
Alex, I would like to say, not only is he attractive and nice, guess what, guys? He shows up with donuts. I know.
They used to be
He comes
up
to
here.
our show. We say we're trailer trash. We might give you some tongs, but they're not really because they're for other people. But
You make enough money.
and you brought us donuts. What a heck of a guy.
I always was taught to bring something to a party. Never show up empty-handed. So
Now we should introduce you. Now I've done a little homework on you, Alex MacNicoll. In fact, I had a conundrum. I was like, ooh, is it Alexander MacNicoll? So I went with your IMDb name. That's why I say Alex. What do you prefer?
Well, Alex is easier to say, but my birth name, little known fact, is Alexander.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Tell us
This
more.
interview is going so well. Who are you and why do people care?
Oh yeah. So first of all, I'm not famous. That's a name. But I do play. I'm a character on a show called Transparent. Little product placement. It's on. Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Now you had to be humble about it, but when he says a little show Transparent, how many of you by a show of hands watch and have watched the show Transparent?
That's awesome.
That's awesome because you got to pay for the Amazon and stuff to see it, which is kind of a bummer for some folks.
Because when I go home, a lot of people haven't really heard of it from where I am. So so I'm glad to know that all of you know about it.
You guys kind of know about it. For those of you who don't or haven't seen it, when he's like, it's a little show, guys. It's like Emmy award-winning, crazy, critics love it, like a really, really good show. And I'm kind of a fan.
Thank you.
And I was so excited that you were going on the show.
If you don't have Amazon, get the 30-day free trial. Check it out.
Oh,
Amazon.
you are speaking Trash's language. How do we get just 30 days of free stuff before we unplug? I actually, let me tell you something. I kind of knew that you weren't going to do very well at the beginning of the interview. Do you want to know how I knew?
How did you know, Dawn?
Because I watched this on YouTube. I'll let you know when to pause it, sweetheart.
Hi, I'm Rachel Greninger with Red Carpet Report, and tonight we're at the Casting Society of America's Artios Awards, the annual celebration where we talk about all things casting directors and celebrate the ones who have won this year. Excellent.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, thank you. I like your microphone.
It's shiny.
Oh, it is. It's like jewelry. Yeah.
And then I have actual jewelry. My God, I don't need any kind of supportive app. I have
That's
this.
good. He kind of rambles on from there. Your first thing you said to her,
Look at her microphone.
You
It's
said, what a
sparkly."
sparkly microphone.
Did you look at the microphone?
No, it was very sparkly. And then you started counting her rings.
She had so many little blingy rings.
But to be fair, it looked like somebody kind of shoved you in there. It's like, get in there, Alex.
Yes.
Who was that
That's,
shoving you?
I don't know. I didn't see. But no, that's for the casting director awards. I was just, you know what I mean? Like, it's for like the casting directors, not the actors. So I was kind of there as a guest. I didn't know I was gonna be, being interviewed. And then
So
she
you
was
were
like,
you were like dive bombed. It was like, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
we're
wear my
taking-
turtleneck and have some cocktails.
Yep.
And that sounds cool, like casting directors getting awards.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, they deserve it. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Big time.
Who was the cast? Was it the casting director for Transparent? That was
Edie
me.
Belasco. She's done 500 Days of Summer,
Yeah.
Like Crazy. She does really great indie films and amazing work. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I did, because I was looking at the spelling of your name on the IMDb, I saw that you're coming up in this movie, The Fifth Wave.
Came and went.
Look, people give a shit about this. I told
Yeah,
you.
the young people know this movie.
For those of you who don't know, we've got the trailer. Look at
Whoa. One of the bigger kids in the group. He's a bit of a brute. If you want to play some strip poker later, but he's fighting to survive.
You guys, I got two of them straight ahead. Move!
Fifth Wave.
Whoa. Tell me. I know, right? Alex, tell it. What is this movie? It looks so good. Tell us what you
Well,
can.
Dawn, it actually, I think, did you say that it was coming out or is coming up?
I don't know. Did I?
Yeah,
it's
it
out,
came
isn't
out
it?
last year,
Oh,
or maybe the
fuck.
year before. It's based. Yeah. But no, but it's okay because it's based on a book series, a trilogy.
It was really
Yeah.
good.
It was yeah. No, so there was a big snowstorm over on the East Coast.
If
There was
we
a
have
big
any donuts
snowstorm.
left, you can take them home.
Yeah, I'm going to, yeah.
Okay, well, let's pretend that it's Kevin's fault because as my assistant, he should have given me notes.
It's a trilogy, and they were going to make 3 movies, pending on the success of the first movie.
So
The Fifth
I
Wave.
should have seen it.
So
and
thanks a lot,
I
everybody, for going to see it.
would
First
have
of all,
helped.
second of all, no, it's honestly internationally it did pretty well.
Good,
So
okay.
I don't
You
know.
know what? You know what? I
Maybe
saw
in
it
the
in
Netherlands
Thailand.
or in Trinidad and Tobago. No, nothing. No, okay. But no, you know what? Honestly, like, you should really go check it out tonight. Just go buy it on Amazon and just see what you think about it.
Let me tell you, now I should have been spending my time watching the film clearly. However, I did prepare myself enough to recognize that the film was about the apocalypse, post-apocalyptic. And here's my question. Do you feel, my father, who we'll leave out of this, but I just brought him in, but I'm kicking him out, would say that there are 2 kinds of people in this world. People who know what they will do in the case of the zombie apocalypse and people who don't. I'm going to speak for all Trailer Trash and say kind of what we're doing is just getting ready for the zombie apocalypse. Am I right? Don't you? I mean, if you have any comfort in living with a house that can just hit the road at a moment's notice, you're like, well, when the dead rise, I'll just head to Utah like everybody else, right? So do you feel that you fall into one of those 2 categories, and if so, which are you?
Well, I have a 2001 Nissan Altima. It's actually right there if you can see through the window. And
good.
I actually pretty much lived out of that thing kind of. I still kind of have a bunch of my stuff in there, so I think I'd be pretty good. I just have to pack it up a little bit, maybe call Justin or Dan or Ellie, or maybe Kevin, and
All
hit
right, the
road
phones
and
are down.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, I know what I would.
Could you?
I'd be okay.
What would you do without a cell phone? What's your first? The dead are rising. The dead are rising.
Driving
your
east.
phone's out. What do you do?
To hop into my car.
Get in the Nissan.
There's a really cheap gas station on Olympic and
Great.
La Brea. It's like $2.35 a gallon. It's great. I make go down there, fill up, head east.
Okay.
Hop on the 10 and stick it out and just try to make it back to Jersey so I can see if my parents are still there. But I'd be trying to get radio signals along the way or talking to people along the way at other gas stations. And if they're like, ooh, New Jersey's, no, it's on fire, like it's done.
I can tell you right now, if it happens, Jersey's out.
Okay.
Jersey's where it starts.
Okay, then.
But okay, I'm going to
Heading north to
pretend
Canada.
like it's realistic that you can still use a credit card and get gas in LA. We'll just give you that. You can see I have spent some time thinking about this, and by the way, that's not going to work. But let's just pretend it does. And you get to your precious, what's her name?
Justin?
No, behind him.
Ellie.
Ellie?
Yeah.
All right, you fancy her. You guys seemed intimate.
She's fancy. Look at how fancy she is.
She's very pretty.
Yeah.
Now let's say she's got the infection. She's a skin
Oh,
eater. And you're like, oh, I have to hug you because I love you. And that.
Oh, and then
or
she
do you
ends
just
up
beat her
killing
brains
me.
in with a shovel?
Just shovel.
All right.
Yeah. You have to.
that's
You have
important.
to. It's better for both of us,
I
She
think
doesn't
that's
want us-
important.
yeah.
Now, to get more specific, how far do you go in the confirmation that she's beyond help? Is it like, because I don't know, she's beautiful, but maybe first thing in the morning it's a thin line and you got to ask a few questions, you know what I mean? Maybe you got to be like, are you like, Ellie? Or would you just, she don't look right, bam, I'm not taking any chances.
Pass. No,
I think that's important. In fact, I'll tell you this right now. I give you 1. Are you kidding? But that's like my mother, like my beautiful mother. She's a saint. If she's dragging a leg and looking at me wrong, and like we already know it's cooking, and I'd be like, Mom, you a zombie? And if she didn't go, no, I just tripped up the stairs, like this, shovel,
Done.
brains, done. Sleeping like a baby. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't mess around with that stuff.
just keep a shovel on you.
Do you
everywhere.
feel like being in the 5th wave helped you prepare for the inevitable zombie
Oh,
apocalypse?
absolutely. Yeah. Because we got to run around and with pretend guns.
Which will be
and
pivotal.
stuff. Right. Yeah, we got to exercise. We did some exercise. And,
Okay.
Yeah, and no, I learned how to shoot some guns. I learned how to shoot like an automatic rifle.
Whoa.
So if I ever got my hands on an automatic rifle
Phase
in
one.
the apocalypse, I would know how to use it.
Great.
So I think it did absolutely prepare me for that. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Kevin, how do you think you're doing when the dead rise?
No, I think I'd be terrible. I've never thought about this question, so
No?
I'm not prepared at all.
So you're one of those
I've
first
no-
kinds of people, the
Yeah.
ones that haven't thought about it.
I mean, I don't even think about earthquakes and stuff. Like, I don't have an earthquake kit in my car or anything like that. So, first of all, I'm dehydrated. I have no water. Right? That's the first thing you need,
You're just
right?
telling me that like right now, like a bad rainstorm, and you're kind of half
The
dead
power
already.
went out the other day, and I was very confused about what
Good
to
for
do. I just sat there in the dark, like,
You know what this is?
I don't know what to do.
This is important.
Can I tell you one really embarrassing thing, though?
Please.
Once I was on an escalator,
Oh, no.
and the escalator broke, and it stopped, and I stood there for 2 seconds going like, is somebody gonna help me? How do I get But I wasn't this was LA, so I wasn't the only one. We all like kind of stood there for a couple seconds, and then we're like, right, we can walk. There's still stairs. So that's what you're dealing with here.